$1.8 trillion is sitting on the sidelines, not in stocks, not in crypto, just waiting. But when this one thing happens, it will cause a tsunami of money looking for a place to sit. And that one thing I'm going to be talking about in this video includes M2 money supply, includes the Fed, and includes money market. Most people believe that M2 money supply is directly correlated to investments such as S&P 500, Bitcoin, and altcoins. But the way it's correlated, no one really understands, and no one really gets the criteria it takes to fuel that money into these stocks. By the way, my name is Alvarez. I've made 7 figures in cryptocurrency, and I am renowned for seeing trends before they appear. This all starts with M2 money supply. To understand what M2 money supply is, it's in essence the amount of money that is rolling around in the economy. In bank accounts and saving accounts, and more importantly, money markets. It is in essence a snapshot of the spendable money within an economy. So when M2 money supply is increasing, it means there's more spendable money, and when it's decreasing, it means there's less spendable money. Now here is where it gets juicy. Right now, M2 money supply is increasing. It's increasing at an exponential rate, and people are expecting this will relate perfectly in relation to Bitcoin and the S&P 500. However, we haven't really seen anything yet. Currently, there's $1.8 trillion that are just sitting on the sidelines. And if you want to ask me where those money is, it's in the money markets. Because right now, with the level of interest rates that we have, they're getting around 5% in the money markets. And most of this money markets are held in funds. These funds are in essence short-term debt vehicles which bring back a very nice yield. I mean, it's a bit of a no-brainer. You get 5% by just holding money in these accounts. Why would you risk checking out risk on aspects such as Bitcoin, altcoins, and the S&P 500 when you have the safety of this guaranteed return? But here is the twist. The moment that interest rates are cut, this money, this risk-free 5% people are earning in these accounts is going to go away. And this changes the game. This creates the tsunami. Because this money that's been sitting in these wallets, these accounts earning this juicy return, is going to start to look for a new area to get those returns. And those returns could be anywhere. But it will most probably be the S&P 500, and likewise Bitcoin, and likewise altcoins. The moment a rate cut happens, 2 things occur. The rates and returns on these money funds are going to fall. And secondly, risk on assets are going to be looking very lucrative and interesting. A majority of it will probably head into the S&P 500. But I think more than you know is going to go into crypto assets, especially with the stablecoin bill going through, especially with regulatory clarity happening with Bitcoin and this new asset class that's going to be built. I think this could be the flourishing start of one of the most aggressive runs in cryptocurrency that we will ever see. And if you think this is a theory, look at 2020, look at 2009. This exact scenario happened, and we saw the start of what could be one of the most spectacular runs in cryptocurrency in the S&P 500 that we have ever seen. So you have been warned. There is a $1.8 trillion tsunami waiting to fall, waiting to start, and waiting to blanket all risk-on assets. And I want to give you this piece of advice. You have been warned right now, and the average investor is going to be late to the game. Where money is made in all of these industries is finding the key point and entering before the tsunami. You ride the wave, you don't look at the aftermath after it's hit. This really could be one of the most important capital rotations that you will see in your lifetime. We are in a unique economic environment where the best way for me to describe it is the economy is a ball being pushed down into the water, and the moment the rate cut happens, that ball is going to explode out, and it is going to go into not only the S&P 500 but most importantly into a newly developing asset class, that is cryptocurrency. What would I be doing in this scenario? Well, what I'm doing right now is researching, seeing the trends, seeing where things are going, seeing what assets could potentially find this liquidity, where it could be the launch pad for some of these projects, some of these assets, some of these stocks that could really benefit from this liquidity. What is the market environment? Where is the market going? Right now, when sentiment is low, where volume is low, where people are just sitting and just waiting and hoping, wait, it will come around the corner. This is the moment right now. Right now is the moment you should be researching and understanding what is the best way forward, because it will be worth your time. Because if you do it later, you're going to be late, and you're going to be asking the question, is it too late to get into this product? Now, if you liked what we're doing here, and if you want to see more information like this, you should check out the other videos that I have. There's going to be a lot of this coming through. And if you have any questions, anything, I'll be in the comments to answer your questions. Anyway, I'm Alvarez, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.